Hello everyone and welcome to the beautiful city of Victoria in Canada, the capital of British Columbia. Its heart is the Inner Harbour area, the city surrounded by water on three sides. Not surprisingly, marine related activities are very popular. Boats of all shapes and sizes in the bay. Glorious sunshine in Victoria, and there are always hungry seals looking for food, providing endless hours of entertainment. We're all set for an entertaining few hours in the Save on Food Memorial Centre because it is the final of the Ford World Men's Curling Championship. This is what we've all been building towards, and the two teams contesting the gold medal game are Canada and Sweden. Canada and Sweden worked hard all week to get to this stage. I'm Alison Walker, and alongside me, Luke Coley. We'll be bringing you all the action as it happens. Massive support for Canada inside the arena, not surprisingly. Quick word with Luke before we introduce the teams.
It's going to be a lot of fun. I think Canada will try and use that crowd to their advantage, try and keep the nerves under control. They're in the final now. Both teams going to enjoy the moment coming out and expect lots of shots to be made back and forth. If it's half as good as their round robin game, this is going to be an outstanding gold medal matchup.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is my great pleasure to introduce you to the two teams that are participating on Sheets B. Will you please welcome Team Sweden? With their lead, Victor Schell. Their second, Frederick Lindberg. Their third, Sebastian Kropp. And their skip, Nicholas Engin. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Team Canada! With their lead, Ryan Hartman. Their second, E.J. Hartman. Third, Ryan Fry. And their skip, Brad Jacobs. All right, gentlemen, just a few moments. The size will be yours. Good luck, good curling. Let the game begin.
And I wonder how the Canadian skip is feeling inside. That was quite some reception for him, Luke.
It's definitely a different feeling than he'll ever have felt before in his life. Coming out, a whole venue cheering primarily for the red and white, taking on Sweden. These teams know each other quite well. They played this week. They played on the World Curling Tour this year, and both played outstanding to get to the final. Brad Jacobs having to win 2 yesterday in their semifinal, playing 92% against Scotland. And Nicholas Edin in Sweden, not too shabby, 90%. And Nicholas Edin near perfect in that one, just one miss in the 1-2 game against Scotland.
Let's just remind you of how we got to this stage. Luke alluding to it there, and the Canadians have had a tough shift, but they're here. Sweden seeing off Scotland in the semi-final. There are the rows of play. 8 ends for this final. Minimum 73 minutes for each team. And the one coach interaction as usual, with the clock continuing to run. This is a new experience for both of them. This is their first world final.
It is their first world final. Both have been in similar scenarios. Nicholas Edin coming off a European gold medal. They're trying to become the first team since David Murdoch won the Euros and the Worlds. That was 2008, 2009. But Brad Jacobs was at the Canadian Championship and a big crowd. So one game out there, same route that Brad Jacobs took in the Canadian Championship. Nicholas Edin, with a win Thursday night, avoided into a tiebreaker scenario, won the 1-2, took advantage of their opportunities. And both skips, either one that wins will be their first world championship. Nicholas Edin has 2 bronze medals, trying to win Sweden's first world championship since 2004.
But with the home expectation, pressure is definitely on Canada. There are the stone colours, Canada the reds, Sweden the yellows. That's appropriate, bearing in mind the colours of the countries, so we don't get confused. Neither will you, hopefully.
I think it's time to get this one going. These probably been a long day awaiting this one for both sides.
So getting us underway, Ryan Harnden, the lead for Canada.
Good line. It's all there right now. It looks real close. Real good line. Perfect.
Ryan played 96% in their semifinal win over Scotland. Important to get things set up. I think the middle of the lineups will be crucial, especially that second position. Both thirds can throw the big weight with anyone in the world. It's just on how they set it up for the back end. That'll be an important matchup to watch. Fredrik Lindberg against E.J. Harnden.
Torshäll, Swedish lead.
Well, Victor, prior to the game is here just after the bronze medal this morning and said, I'm hoping it's a sellout. I'm hoping everyone's cheering against us.
Yep, they'll feed off that for sure. The big game players.
Well, it doesn't get fully. Canada lost 4 of their last 6 round robin games, but now have won 2 straight.
2 big ones as well.
Ska bara vara topp 8. Ni har den då. Full 8 är bra. Ni har den. Perfekt linje. Full 8.
Yep, Team Canada not used to suffering round robin losses. I think Glenn Howard went all the way through the round robin last year without losing.
We'll see how long till we see appeal. The run back is a weapon for both teams. Nicholas Edin, very accurate, made some big ones in their round robin game. It's a big one to look back on. An 11-7 Sweden win, but really was a deuce in the 9th end, and Canada couldn't get their 2 back in the 10th. I'll try and go right around everything. So a little heavy on that one. They were trying to freeze to the top. But alertly didn't want to just chip and roll off one of those stones.
Swedish second, Fredrik Lindberg, 27-year-old from Stockholm.
Bak 4. Lite långt. Lite långt. Genom 4. Ja, lite långt. Vi duttar lite i röd. Vi duttar i röd. Fint.
Yep. Yep. Hard. Straight up, straight up, straight up.
Well, trying to get them all going, didn't quite make that perfect freeze. Well, that's a good one to start the game off for the Canadian side. Angles just lined up perfectly to make them all go, forcing another run back by the Swedish team.
Follow that, Sweden.
Well, opens the center line up, opens the forefoot. Canada lying two, so early advantage Canada at that second position.
Good early action for Canada.
Yeah, hair less, Brad.
What?
Hair less.
Group. Top button. Yep, group. Clean. Group. Group. Launch line.
Line's
Up
good.
clean.
Yep.
Yep.
Where is it?
Top
floor. Go on it from top.
Top button. Top button. Top button.
Go.
Good
Go,
line.
guys. Yep.
Straight up hard.
Hard, guys.
Straight up
Keep
hard.
going right up.
No hesitation back as that one goes to a good spot. Nicolas Sedin, Sebastian Kropp to play the run back. Can get two here. If he can just cross center of this one, a hair be able to make the double.
Sebastian Kropp, the third.
Well, trying to get something, goes right in between, so Canada will remain lying three. Like a little narrow right away.
It was
this
well
one
off, wasn't it?
goes right in between.
I don't think so.
Thank you. On it immediately out of the Sebastian's hand.
Yep. Tight. Clean. Yep.
there, guys.
All there. Group. Clean. Yep. Yep. Line. Hard.
No!
Halfway tight. I'm
No!
going over curling. No. Off. Yep.
Whoa!
Whoa.
Well, over curls, leaves that stone open. A big opportunity for Sweden now. They
Gotta be taking more ice and trying to-
would have been in a lot of trouble if that guard was in a good spot.
Sari.
Sari.
Elva.
Mia. Krieg Sari. Mia. Elva. Mia. Elva.
Krieg Sari.
Mia. Elva. Yep. Hard.
While trying to tap, get the roll away. Trying to use that stone that's off to the side. Gets partially tucked behind it.
Bra fart. Elva full. Lite dryg Sari.
We'll see lots of late movement, and they didn't want to flirt too close to that guard.
Look how hard he works to pull it over.
Nej, jag menar min första skjutning också.
Well, hack weight to get to it. We've seen the Swedish front end working hard already. Ready, Frederick Lindberg, Victor Schell. Now Ryan Harnden, EJ Harnden will have to work just as hard to get this one. Love to roll this one back to the center line.
Skip Brad Jacobs at 27. He's the youngest Canadian skip since 24-year-old Kevin Martin. Competed in 1991. New generation of Canadian curlers coming through. There's a point a week.
Oh, this time Canada right out of the skip's hand. While trying to roll off the front, roll it in. Knew that was an option as it spins to the side. Shot stone still for Sweden.
Expected to throw that much. I thought that was pretty good. I curled it. Good throw, no?
Real good throw, yeah. Real good throw.
Straight down that center line. Normally. Exakt. Men spelar 8, det är lätt att råka. Det här är inte riktigt full 8. Risken att det jammar, jag tror på exakt. Tja, det är risk att den jammar hur vi än gör det. Då blir den bättre än den här. Men ja, jag tycker vi kör ändå. Spelar 7 också. Ja. Lite insida. Eller tja.
Well, it may seem strange playing the hit, but knowing that the rings are smaller, the scoring zone is shrunk, trying to figure out where to go with this stone to make it safe. Don't want to leave a double for Jacobs. He knows it. You can maybe even clip that back one because there is a biter in the top part of the house. Make the double, nose is pretty good.
Niklas Edin, also 27.
Well, try and get them all, and we'll spin that one just a little bit in at the back. Looks like it might even be second shot in the back part of the rings.
There's not much in it.
Trying for the triple.
Third, sorry, yeah. Yeah. Control? Control weight. Right into here is real good too, eh? Like,
Yeah, it's not bad. Just get right behind that guard.
control weight.
Well, we'll catch that back one. Need to keep it out there. Had to get on the sweeping a little bit sooner for it to spin out the side. Can't quite see enough, I don't think, to make that double. It's awfully tough. And if he was facing 2, he might be playing that. Instead, he'll just play the straight hit and roll. They don't want a nose hit. Might leave a double back. Well, it makes a move. Is it going to go too far? As makes the hit and the roll. And it goes back 12 foot. Made a jump on him just past the hog line as they were off on.
Two perfect stones this time we're giving up. Honestly. Sad. Or you got a shot for 3? Put the broom down like where you think it is and just. You know what? I didn't think we were losing the line on that. No, on the guard. What? On the guard.
But Niklas Edin couldn't ask for a better scenario to have an opportunity to get an early 2. Deuces will be important. Niklas got one in their 9th end against Canada in their lone matchup this week.
The last stone of this first end. And it should be relatively straightforward.
Well, make the hit. Stick in the 8 foot. Very nice for Sweden. Fast start for the Swedes.
Sweden off to a flyer here in this gold medal game. After the first end, it's Canada 0, Sweden 2.
All right, folks, position number 116 right now. We're talking to this young lady. Stand up there for a second here now. Just for a moment here. What's your name? Keep where you're from. And what are you doing in Victoria? Work for the government. Good for you. I'm going to talk to somebody else then. No, here's a question for you because it actually pertains to one of our host hotels, which happens to be the Empress. Great hotel, by the way. Now, they are known for their afternoon tea, right? A lot of people
Welcome back to our live coverage of this gold medal game at the Ford World Men's Curling Championship. It's between Canada and Sweden. Sweden off to a good start in the first end, picking up 2 shots.
It was an interesting listen in with Brad Jacobs and his team that he threw 2 rocks as right up the broom, right weight. Missed the line call a little bit on the last one, forced it to hit and roll, and still gave up 2.
So they didn't play a bad end by any means. Long way to go. Canada have won the last 3 world titles, 5 in the last 6 years. They have dominated in recent times.
Well, the usual first stone in, the corner guard. Sweden will try and bring play to the center of the house. Scotland got in trouble in the semi-final against Canada, playing to the wing. As Canada able to set up more shots early on and able to dictate the way the game was played, as Sweden did against them in the 1-2 game. Well, an important first couple stones nick their shell.
A little bit early. Hard. Hard. Real hard. Really hard. Real hard.
This one going to be all over the front, not going to have a chance to get there as it almost gets to the nose of that guard. Canada will be chasing from that point. Sweden can really go aggressively with that stone in the top part of the rings. Lead stone's vital when you make a minor mistake like that. Your opponent can now take advantage.
Vi är där. Farten är bra. Bara rent om den är över. Ja, vi är över. Sen 5 med. Ska mitt på linan. Ja.
Well, I know Canada will want to try and clear something up, so that's why they wanted a long guard. Those are tough to throw because you have to throw them almost as a hog rock and then have your sweepers drag it over.
But it won't be there for long.
And will just touch over the guard, leaves another stone out in front. Pretty simple decision for Sweden now. Put this guard back out.
Great throw.
Just touches that red stone ever so slightly.
Good throw.
Lite längre ut. Fighta linan här. Lite längre än förra. Jag tror samma fart.
Sweden throwing the guard, they got off to a rocky start the way that they were playing, but they got wins. I say that about in numerous sports, that even when the good teams, when they're not playing their best, are still able to come up with wins. It shows something about that team.
Yep, you see that very much in football. They can grind it out. And Nicholas Edin had a bad start himself on a personal level, but in that game against the Scots, he was 100%.
Well, trying to clear the front up is E.J. Harnden and gets them all going, spills it behind the corner guard. It's still a mess of rocks out in front. Much better scenario in the rings, though.
And a lot of red rocks.
Slowly getting this out.
And this all set up by one mistake by the lead of Team Canada, Ryan Harnden, coming up short.
Okay, håll igång då. Håll igång. Bara fart. Håll igång.
Bara fart, behöver kalla om det ska på.
Nej, kör, 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 kör. Kör, den kommer komma. Fortsätt, fortsätt. Kör, kör, kör. Gå, 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 gå. Kom igen, kom igen, kom igen, kom igen, kom igen. Kör nu, kör nu, kör nu, kör. Kom igen, kom igen, kom igen.
While trying to get this as far as possible, close up the path to the forefoot. Sweden lying 2. Couple different run back options or double peel now for Canada. Well, will they get fortunate with that one and chip it into the side of the house? It'll slide off to the side, but third shot. Different double peel than they were looking at.
Går det rundan och vettigt, kommer vi här då får de den. Bättre om de får rundan kan vi gå ner och göra något sen. Okej. 8. Ja.
Well, they decide to hit the wide one, not allow Canada to get a 2 set up with that. They make one run back, and all of a sudden they could get those eliminated, force them to make the perfect shot to set up their 2.
3 yellows sitting very pretty. His head coach for Canada, Tom Coteman. Not easy keeping these boys in check. They're very strong personalities.
He's been with the team for 4 years, and his daughter is a competitive curler, has won the Ontario Women's Championship. No stranger to being around a national championship.
Oh, how close was it to that yellow? But what a finish.
And they actually got off of it at that point so that it would curl.
Let's just see how close it was.
And look, the sweepers are on and off and really almost went sideways just to get past that yellow. So all that trouble that Canada was in, one draw around by Ryan Fry, and Nicholas Edin now needs to make the freeze onto it.
There's the head coach for Sweden, the national coach, Per Lindholm.
And he's with both the men and the women's side at both the World Championship. So built himself into that role, a 3-time world champion. Is the last Swedish player to win a world championship in 2004.
And obviously was in Riga watching his women's team lose out in the final there. So he'll be hoping his men can go one step further.
Well, this one more room, so they want to have it come down, don't want to bounce off it. Second shot. And interesting of note, Per Lindholm also was in the last time it was a Canada-Sweden final. And that was back in 2000 when he lost to BC native Greg McCauley.
So lots of history between Sweden and Canada in this sport over the years.
Might not work out good, might work out good.
Can we even get in there with that out-turn draw?
I don't think so. I think we're going to sit right on this.
We're almost playing for it to go deep. And
Can we tap it off of here?
Probably push this so he can.
Yeah, well, if he doesn't make it, you tap like half an inch, not even.
All right, let's freeze one in there. Just tap it a rock, or tap it an inch, I mean.
I don't know if we want to freeze it, do we? Tap it an inch?
Tap it an inch, we just can't move that 6 too far.
Yeah, okay. Edge?
just straight draw, eh?
Yeah,
and then
straight
sweep
draw.
for top.
Exactly.
Okay, let's go, Brad.
Jag tror inte vi behöver stånda den sista för att man säger.
Good weight.
Where is it?
Just line.
Right
Right
off,
off,
rope.
right off, Sam. Right off.
Back 4.
Stay with it.
Wait, yep.
Yep.
Whoa.
Through.
Whoa.
Through.
Whoa.
Just
T
line, Ryan.
Back 4. Whoa.
Gotta go soon.
Whoa.
T now.
Yep. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Well, just don't want to hang on the outside, or they want to try and tap it just minor. Didn't want to push that one out too far.
A little more curl would have been nice.
Still, but then it's too buried. Then it might be too buried.
Yeah, that's true.
It's not the easiest of taps to try and push that one for Canada the way it sits.
Komma lite insida och tappa.
An angle raise option, a little tap option.
Ja, det är ju lite avstånd där. Den där tar man inte jättekraftigt i den där. Man spelar mindre fart så går det inte ut.
Nej.
Vi kan inte direkt spela den själv heller, va?
Nej.
Sätta ner den. Eller täpa. Ligga mitt uppe på den själv. Ja. Få ner den så. Man kan ju få ett slag för 3. Alltså ifall han tangering ut så till exempel.
Jag kan vara på den. Absolut.
Knacka ner en skottet, försöka komma lite insida om vi kan.
Ja.
Typ samma fart.
Då kommer vi chapp så får det ganska lätt slag.
Ja, den styr ju där och hamnar där i för sig.
Ja.
Han kan få den, den blir för jävligt tunn. Nej, vi testar det. En liten tap. Utkant 8 tror jag.
Så vi spelar lite mer fart. Spelar bak 4 själv eller?
Ja. Bara en liten tap, att man kommer snedfryst men dutt är okej.
If they play the tap, they got to be worried that there might be a chance for Brad to throw weight and try and catch on that side yellow.
Bara dutta lite grann.
So line important, and just trying to set things up on that one for Nicholas Edin. Was looking at playing that yellow corner guard in.
Gå och spela här också.
Nej, kör den.
Ja.
Looks at it from the other end and broom down. I guess the freeze tap would. I was looking at it for Nicholas's final stone of the second end.
Bak 8! Bak 8!
Vi måste ligga skottet efter.
Bak 8! Med! Bak 4 bara! Bak 8! Bak 8! Nej, inte! Bak 8! Där helt själv. Bak 8!
Well, just tap that one up. Do they tap it too far? They'll get shot stone, but is there the outturn side? Or something off of a side stone? Sweden going for it to play the tap. Line that one up right on the nose, so tough for that yellow one to go out.
Make the run. I don't mind the other shot too, but
Have a look here. You need to do that.
that'll definitely drag.
Yeah, well. Are you thinking like real thin and stick
Then
it?
to try and stick it for 3, and if
You don't think it'll spin if we throw it hard, eh?
it might, but it's our
Like-
best shot. It's our for sure one. Like this doesn't. This is pretty tough. What do you think?
It is pretty tough.
What do you see of that?
I'm just gonna see that.
Like that? Yeah.
You can see a lot of that one.
Okay. Play that.
Right there, Fry.
What's it to stick this? Pretty thin, eh?
Thin, an 8.
Well, they want to catch it thin. They figure it'll drag because they're frozen on it to that back yellow. The question whether they can stick it on the side yellow and whether they can catch it on the one back button.
So last stone of this second end from the Canadian skip.
Well, again, trying to catch it off the top. They'll spill it out. They'll get their one. That's the comment from Ryan Fry that was important. It was the easiest to get one. They only get one, not the three that could have resulted.
But otherwise, it could have been quite risky. So they've made sure of that score. And after two ends, Canada 1, Sweden 2. Welcome back to our live coverage of the Ford World Men's Curling Championship 2013. This is the final. This is the gold medal game. This is the game between Canada and Sweden. 2-1 to Sweden. You're listening to Alison Walker and Luke Coley, bringing you all the action as it happens. And already we've seen some good stuff, haven't we?
It's been lots of fun, lots of aggressive plays from both teams, not afraid to duke it out with one another. That end got messy early from Canada. Ryan Harnden missed. They were able to make a couple double peels. Got fortunate on one by Ryan Fry to chip one in. Sweden hit on the wing and allowed Canada to play to the center. That allowed them to get their one.
No sense of panic from either team at all. Game of patience.
Linjen är bra, linjen är bra. Linjen är bra. Nej, linjen är bra. Där var den. Där var den. Där var den.
And Sweden have to make sure that Canada just don't really get going, because once they get going, the crowd will get behind them and they'll be off and running.
Well, it looks like it just touched on the last part there, trying to get around the last edge of that one.
Did it? Did it catch?
Looks like it just touched the edge with that quiet weight, didn't redirect it that much. Sweden with the hammer back. Both teams throughout the week efficient with the hammer. Sweden at 37% of the time with last rock, scoring 2 or more. Canada 42, a bit better. Another perfect end from Victor Schell.
It's good.
Clean, yep. Whoa, clean.
Whoa!
Whoa.
Unless we're nosing it.
Clean.
Shot, EJ.
Vet inte vilket som är skottet eller frysa en chappa.
Shot, yeah.
Jag gillar slå jag också. Där då. Slå. Ja. Ja. 10.
Well, Sweden will try and continue just, if they can trade hits back and forth.
Bra fart. Det är avbrott just nu. Bra fart. Nej, det är avbrott. Nej. Tala då. Bra fart.
Nej, den är
Bra. Fint.
Det är lite hård, Niklas. Den är
Well,
nio.
little roll away, sticks around.
Bra spel.
Same weight. Same weight. Hard. Whoa.
Well, trading hits on the side here. We'll see how long till Canada tries to make the roll behind the center.
Guess he knows.
Hard.
Well, they go for the roll there. Don't get all the way. Sweepers not realizing they were that close to making the roll. They backed off of it. Might have made a late break on them.
Sweep, Ryan. Shot each. Yeah, almost.
Yeah, one of them
Almost.
got going, but not the other.
Japp. Ner. Dryg side. Mycket fart där. Dryg side.
Well, they want to roll this one back away so that Canada can't play the short roll to be in front of the tee line.
Oh, I don't like that.
Well,
Why
we're
do they
getting
like the draw
nowhere
of the
here.
roll?
Like, you gotta.
You got it.
They're just making these shots perfect. You know what I mean?
Well, we haven't made
You don't
the
like
roll.
that run?
I don't like the run at all.
All right. Normal.
That's that then.
Well, they haven't made the roll, but at the same time you make the roll, there's still a shot right back.
Go wider, wide.
They haven't forced Sweden to make the shot. All they're asking is Sweden to make nose hits, and in this gold medal game, you're going to get that.
No, it's not good.
Okay.
Another one from Canada doesn't roll in.
Good sweep, guys.
Ja. Dra lite mer isolerde.
Another completely different end in terms of the build-up
Whoa. Lite dryg.
variety.
Normal. Ner. Normal.
Ner. Whoa.
It's almost like
Aldrig det avbrott.
each team's waiting for the other to make a mistake. Wait for an
Well,
opportunity.
There's the first one, the roll out, trying to get the little roll to the wing. Sebastian Kraup rolls out.
10-0.
Now the run back might be a call.
Så hård, va?
I like a round. I like
Like
the
a round?
drop.
Okay, I'm fine with a round.
Let's go, guys. Top button. Yeah.
Room. Wait only.
Wait for it.
Room.
Wait for it if you can, each.
Not really. Whoa. EJ, get ready.
You can still wait. Like,
I know, wait. Hold on. Wait.
Yep, now.
Oh, yep.
Well, trying to let it make its move.
Go, EJ. Go, EJ.
And they get a fair amount of it tucked behind. Question, they still have enough to Sweden to make the little tap and roll away.
Får vi inte linjer så tappar ner den. Det är okej också.
Jag har tung här.
It was near perfect.
Så ändå bara tappa ner den så
Great sweeping.
måste inte gå ut. Bara det kommer helt ur också. Jag har haft ungefär så här. På de här 11 takarna som har
Well, this one very tight.
Tror de så här.
maybe just back line at this at most to try and push it and roll the shooter away.
Definitivt hack. Genom hack. Hack. Genom hack. Nej. Fart ner. Ingenting. Hack. Ingenting.
While trying to make a late move. Question, do they have enough to push it out? So 2 misses from Sebastian Kraup there. Unable to get to it.
That was a difficult shot. There wasn't much of the red one showing. Here's the chief ice technician. Deserves a round of applause. He's done a wonderful job this week, has Hans. The players have loved every minute of curling on this great ice.
You'll have the same shot even if you left him this last double.
Well, I like the end. Yeah. I mean, the only thing with this way is...
I might jam on there.
Yeah. If we stop there, at least we're
True.
in decent shape.
True.
Which way do you guys like?
Whatever, like with the intern, at least if you leave it a little bit open, there's a possibility for a jam. But either way, I mean, you got to make a good one. Whatever one you know best.
Well, then let's go with the intern because we've seen it the most.
Yeah, let's go.
Ah, wonder what she or he is listening to. Our commentary, perhaps.
Possibly. As it is a Canadian youngster cheering on this Jacobs team, and a young Canadian team we haven't seen come out in the last few years. As you alluded to earlier, youngest since Kevin Martin in '91.
Where is it? Line's a little tight. Room. Line's good. No, room. It's like
Line's a line, I think.
Line's pretty good. Wait for it.
Whoa.
No, wait for it.
Hey, we can wait.
Gotta wait.
We can wait.
Gotta wait. Whoa, Ryan.
EJ, get ready.
Never, never,
Really
never,
going
never.
in there.
It's all there. It's all there.
Yep.
Well, they don't want to go too deep, and goes just in behind.
Real good spot. Real good spot.
Can I make that double?
I don't know.
He's happy with that final stopping point.
It goes far enough that there's not room in the forefoot to get second stone, and Adin's going to have to draw down to it. A tap would be nice for him, just to have a little bit of backing on it. Sweden was set up for the majority of this end, 4-2. A rollout on Kraup's first, and then a hit that was very difficult, that didn't move that Canadian stone out.
But it changed everything. Changed the whole onus on this end, and it's now very much swinging in Canada's favour. Unless this man has something to say about it.
Well, he'd like to get shot stone now, because if he chips rolls away, Canada could make a hit and roll to lie 3, and it would be real tough to get into the forefoot.
Vi tappar just nu.
Vänta då. Vänta då.
Vi tappar definitivt.
Hur långt? Vänta då.
Bak
Tappa
åtta.
sten. Tappa sten.
Bak åtta. Bak fyra.
Nej, behöver kalla massor.
Vi är fortfarande lång. Vi är bak 8.
Vänta då. Eka in.
Nej. Vi duttar en halv sten just nu.
Aldrig.
Oh, that's a dangerous position to be in, because now a little hit and a little quiet tap and roll by Canada. They could just straight draw if they wanted to. Jacobs gets this one top button. No real way for Adin to score other than maybe a double run.
Okay, let's talk about this.
It's basically actually just the draw, like just pushing this to here and getting into there, right? You threw that real good.
You like a hair tighter?
I like that. Just back 4 weight?
Yeah.
Brad Jacobs sensing an opportunity here.
Almost the same weight I just threw.
Yeah. Real close.
Back 4.
Whoa. Well, hot.
Back 4.
Go.
Just back 4.
Yep. Whoa.
Back 4.
Can't touch it.
Okay, we're just...
Stay with it.
Well, you can hear the intensity, knowing the importance of it. This one trying to come over and tap it. Chips it just a little bit. Can they come with the out turn now to tap that red just a hair, just heavy draw and get 2 out of it?
The red still short stone.
Som att vi bara behöver nudda den nästan. Ja, vi behöver tappa den med halvsteg på den här. Utan man tappar en frys på den röda som ligger halv bak 4.
Sa du?
Man tappar den så att den hamnar frys mot den som ligger bak. Alltså den röd
Så att det här på träningen då kom den in så. Ungefär det, men det var råd att sopa den något så. Så. Ja.
Canada even tightened up the ice, I think a bit more weight than what they wanted. Now out turn, which hasn't really been played in this end. But they played all week long, should have a pretty good idea what this spot's going to do.
We need like 6 inches.
Swedish fans.
Probably.
Samma fart här eller lite tyngre.
Well, it could be a big swing. Could have been potential for steal 1, steal 2 for Canada. Canada does lie 1, but there's an opportunity for Nicolas Edin, the European champion, to play this out-turn draw tap for 2.
Yep, this is the last stone of the third end.
Bra fart!
Wow, wow, wow. Ta det lugnt.
Bak 4! Bak 4! Helst tapp! Perfekt för tappen nu!
Has to be so accurate.
Well, Lindberg, Schaal on this one, guide it right down. Need to tap it a little bit. Tap it back. There's the 2.
What a great shot.
Fantastic. Just lovely shot making, and that is a team shot. Throwing that one. Great line call. Sweepers on it the whole way. Just that fraction off was Canada, and it's 2 for Sweden.
Yep, and after 3 ends, Sweden extend their lead. It's Canada 1, Sweden 4. Welcome back to our live coverage of this gold medal game for World Men's Curling Championship final. Canada and Sweden, and the audience enjoying a little entertainment at the break just before the players restart.
And that last end really could have went a couple different ways, as it probably seemed like Canada's whole week. They got off to a great start, and then they stumbled a little bit, able to set up well, and then couldn't finish it. And Sweden able to get 2 out of it, where they very easily could have given up a multiple-point steal if Brad Jacobs makes his last stone. So that's just a big difference in one shot.
Yep, it did ebb and flow all the way through. 1 minute in Canada's favour, and the next Sweden's, and then back again. Intriguing end. The bottom line is Sweden got 2, and they have a 4-1 lead. As you can see, the numbers so far.
Sweden couldn't have asked for a better start to this championship game. Scoring 2 with the hammer, getting a force, scoring 2 with the hammer. And we'll try to answer back, and if Sweden can get another force. Ryan Harnden, 91% for the round robin portion. And was tied for first, along with the Chinese and Swiss lead.
Such a solid lead for the Canada side.
The guard's out there, but it is fairly high. Even if a come around could make it fairly accessible.
Victor Schell, he's 88%, just fractionally less.
Just fractionally less, but 6th among the leads. So the top portion of those leads are putting up good numbers throughout the week. Brad Jacobs, his team, a very good front-running team, able to throw the hits, got up in a bunch of their games en route to the Canadian Championship, going through the 3-4 games, same situation here. Got up in both of those games. Now have to really battle, put Rocks in a good position, try and get 2 in this 4th end.
As Brad said, after the semi-final, we do things the hard way.
And it's going to be a hard climb back. Ryan gets his in behind, uses that corner guard early. He's told this week, talking strategy, if you're going to put up the corner guard, you might as well use it. And there, Canada uses it.
Fredrik Lundberg, Swedish second. Up to this game, 86%. Short of the guard.
Fredrik Lindberg, 86%. Tied for 4th through round robin. They have to respect Sweden's hit ability, so they'll try to keep things open in this 4th end of play.
EJ, 89%.
Get it in right beside that
The
yellow.
Canadian second.
Lots of line. Not a line will come for sure each. Okay. Lots of line. I think it's heavy too. Clean. I think it's heavy too.
Weight's good. Right beside that.
I think it's heavy.
Weight's Shot, DJ.
Thanks.
Spelaren, vill du dra lite mer fart eller? Ja.
Well, big arm extension on that one for Fredrik Lindberg.
There was, wasn't there? I've seen him project in quite such an extensive fashion.
I think they're looking if they could make the run back and roll the shooter over. Would work, but they just get the peel of the corner guard.
Same weight then, eh, guys?
Yeah, let's go each. Same weight.
Forcing Canada to put that guard back out in front.
Pair more? No. Easy though. You got more line.
Clean for line.
How's line, Brad?
Whoa.
Going sideways.
Oh, for line.
Sit.
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 Gone a bit further than they wanted. And the crowd just having a little giggle at that little baby we saw earlier on the big screen with the big headphones on.
And that guard does overcurl. There's a good look. They're going to play this one. If you're going to miss, you want to err on the side of getting rid of the guard. That's what Sebastian Kraup will try to do.
86% for Sebastian to the tournament. Swedish third.
I was tied for second.
He's had a couple of errors in the last end though, so that might affect this game when we put together those stats.
Well, and they want to make sure they get rid of that guard. Can't get by. Remove the stone out in front.
Go, Brian.
Well, Canada lying one. First to third stone's going to make a play on that one top of the 8-foot. Also 86% tied with Sebastian Kraup and Johnny Fredrickson. But Fry's been solid in the playoffs in their 2 wins yesterday. Well, and just a little rub of that guard, the difference touches the front. Even the crowd trying to encourage the sweepers couldn't help get that one by.
In their last game, they were making all those, they weren't catching anything.
Just that little touch and just misses that one top 8-foot.
That's all it takes. Measure of fortune then for Sweden.
Lite drygt. 10-0. Wow, den är bra fart. 10-0. Wow. 10-0. Wow. Bra fart. Wow. Ren. Japp. Bra sak.
Well, nose hit.
And it's the yellow show at the moment. Wee shake of the head. Crowd trying to encourage. There's Team Finland with their hands on their chins, watching the action. One day they want to be in this position for sure.
A crowd trying to get into the game a little bit. They haven't been able to have that eruption they had yesterday. Actually, may have been a hindrance trying to make that decision down the ice. Another one, try and get it around.
Makes it this time.
Well, they wanted it shorter than that, because where that one goes now, there's that short raise for Nicholas Edin. Still have to force Sweden to make it, but it is available.
It was a good effort though from Ryan Fry.
Seeming a bit puzzled that its ice is a little different than it was yesterday. Both teams out there still have to deal with the surface that is there. Sweden has made the shots when needed, as we see a Russian team. Of course, Russia will have a spot in the Olympics less than a year away in Sochi. They were playing to try and make sure that they were the Russian Olympic team.
Got a couple of wins here. Perhaps didn't perform as well as they'd hoped. Nicholas Edin, the skip for Sweden, 84% overall.
Got off to a slow start and trying to play this slash. Well, wanted to stick the shooter. That was why they wanted it to curl up more. Rolls over. Not much to this, right out of his hand. Had to curl up a bit more in order to get the shooter to stick around.
Maybe just expecting a bit too much of it there.
Right, this way. We gotta go this way. We gotta go this way, yeah.
We're like there?
A little left.
Brad Jacobs, Canadian skip, 82% for Brad.
Line's good.
Just below that of Nicholas. Sixth among skips.
Yep. Just line.
Line's
Yep, line.
fine.
Yep, line. Yep, line.
I don't think you need to go for line.
Top four.
Just bite the 4.
Bite the 4, yep. Bite the 4, good line.
Whoa. Stay close.
Yep. Yep, good, that's good.
Bite the 4 was what was wanted, and bite the 4 it has.
You'll see middle there, Eric Harnden, the father of the Canadian front end.
Watching his two boys in the final, and his nephew.
Yeah, Brad Jacobs, a cousin of Ryan and EJ.
Keep it in the family, as far as the Canadians are concerned.
And looking for a run back, avoid giving up the steal, or the draw for 2, and the draw by Jacobs was good enough. That one.
A little bit uncharacteristic of Nicholas Edin, his first mistake. We're in the 4th end of this gold medal game.
What are you throwing, Brad?
4-1
I like that with control.
to the Swedes. What went wrong here? Look.
I think he just set it out on release, tried to throw it too hard. He just needed to make the nose hit. He could have played it quieter. But knows he just gave Canada some momentum in this game where he had him on the ropes the entire 4th end. And Brad Jacobs electing to hit. Needs to get the nose or inside. Can't afford to be on the outside of this one to get a second point.
So last stone of this 4th end. And they're looking for 2 if they can.
Well, anywhere on the inside and he'll be good, and rolls in to get there too.
So Canada close the gap after 4. Crowd loving it. Now Canada back on track. Canada 3, Sweden 4. And good for him. Welcome back. Running around, geeing up support for Canada. And he's not a spring chicken, so well done to him. Meantime, let's get back to the ice, get back to this final gold medal game between Canada and Sweden. A long, hard week for both teams.
The crowd finally trying to get into it. They were trying to encourage Brad Jacobs. The draw was good enough. Missed run back. Momentum going the way of this Team Canada now.
A sea of red all the way around this Save-On Foods Memorial Centre. And Nicholas Edin with an uncharacteristic error in that previous end, allowing Canada back into the game. And I wonder what kind of lift they'll get from that. Look,
Well, I think the fact that the crowd's into it, they're excited again. They were a bit of a sour mood, not able to really celebrate anything with Canada down 4-1. They knew they had hammer and they needed a deuce. They knew the importance, able to get that 2 points on the Swedish miss. And really, Nicholas had made the shots when needed and hit his bread and butter of what he's so used to doing. Well, Victor Schell, he has made some outstanding shots. I know they're just lead stones, but he hasn't missed yet. He's that one, draw right down, freeze to it, drew to the wing.
I hope we haven't jinxed him for all the right reasons.
Ryan Hardin's had a couple of miscues, which has allowed Sweden to get things set up. Part of the reason why we see a 4-3 score is some early mistakes, and EJ now has to follow it right down.
Fifth end. Who will go into the sixth with the advantage into the break.
Well, still room for about 2 stones behind the tee line, so freeze here, maybe a little tap, freeze on top, and then we're going to be playing in front of the tee line.
Vi kan inte behöva gå snart. Bara fart. Farten är precis. Linjen är okej. Bara fart. Vi är där. Bara fart. Bra linje nu. Vi är där. Dutta lite. Bara stanna.
Trying to get to the nose, maybe a little tap. Sits side of the button. Lie 1.
EJ's second stone.
Or less. I don't know about that. I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think so. Clean. I don't think so. Wait only. Wait for it, boys. Right off. Right off if it's heavy. Curl.
Well, want this tee line. They're saying back 4.
Curl. Bounce off hard then.
Well, there's the first miss of those freezes. That one again, you have to throw to your sweepers. You overthrow it, it's not going to curl.
Yep, sweepers have to get it there.
Had been pretty good. A couple of peel weight, double peels he missed, but doesn't get full marks for. They want to just draw in front of their own. Trying to keep it on the nose. It now gives the inside of that red one available they could play off. If there was no guard, they could try and sit in the pocket. It'll be tough to get rid of this red stone.
Room. Whoa! Let it curl.
Hey, we're T.
No. Zero line right now. Zero line.
Yeah, we can still wait.
Come on.
Right off.
Earl.
Well, they've seen some stones run straighter. This one doesn't curl for them.
Yeah, it was as straight as a die into that
Not bad. No.
little pocket.
We're just not getting the movement.
Bakfyra! Nutta ner den där. Kan du flytta några center så är det bra. Okej. Bara frysa lite snett.
Lots of stones all hunched together.
Resten på sopen.
Gärna gå om vi kan!
Jag tror det är okej i fart. Nej, ligger det bra? Fint tillbaka.
Bak 4. Farten är bra.
Kala, massor.
Farten är
Jag har
perfekt.
ingen linje.
Bak 4.
Fryser.
Släpp, gå nu. Fart, ligger bra, kör. Nedulta lite grann om det går. Kör. Fint, bra.
Well, little tap keeps it in front, knows that the pocket is available. A little surprised that they left this perfect freeze, then we'll probably see the smash from Sebastian Kraup.
And you can hear an air of anticipation. There's a buzz with all those stones there. What's going to happen next?
Okay. Feeling this thing's just gonna take a move and get. Let's do it.
Look like a hair more than you can choose.
Hold there. Bouncing. Room.
Whoa!
Right off then if it's bouncing.
Whoa!
Stay with it.
Whoa, T!
Room. Yep.
We're expecting this one to move.
Off. Yep. Yes.
Well, right into the pocket.
Fits perfectly.
Close of who's shot stone. The worry is any touch of that red, then it's clearly going to be Canada shot stone. But you can see it is that yellow stone that covers the majority of the Ford logo.
Here we go. Look at that. Judge for yourself.
Well, just wants to move him a bit, not overthrowing it as Sebastian Kraup. More important where you hit this one.
Come on. Mia.
Man.
Whoa.
Watch God, me good.
Well, spill it out, open up the forefoot. Leaves that out turn, that same shot available. But also a double on those reds.
He's got that in off right now. Is that? No, it'd still be for 2 though.
But the red is shot stone.
You gotta go right into here, eh?
Yeah, I think we gotta play the out turn to here.
Yeah. Which is right into it. However you get in there. You don't want to give him the in off of this one. So if we got right to nose is real good, right?
We just want to be buried.
I think that's the shot.
This one will have to be tight to that guard, as they want to actually over curl that guard by about a rock.
Crowd roaring him on. Decision made.
He's right in there, right on our red.
Okay.
There's the Switzerland men's team watching the action. Texting home. Seeing where they are.
Getting all cut up on probably the message they were receiving all week long. As they won their last round robin game. It looked like will qualify them for the Olympics.
Young team as well.
Justin, wait, launch line. Launch line.
A lot of room.
Way more fry.
You gotta wait for it to start cutting.
You gotta go soon.
Okay, put it top button.
I think the line's okay now, is it?
Line's pretty good.
Just top button.
By with lots of room, this has to move a lot.
Yep,
Yep,
yep.
yep, yep, yep.
Well, they get in. Question, can... Few options now for Sweden, but Canada has that outturn.
It really is pretty congested in there now.
Den är ju fast där fortfarande. Jag vet. Men då får vi ändå bort den. Det är inte säkert vi ligger 2 eller? Nej, men optimala träffen. Det gör vi nog inte. Men vi ligger ändå skotta här. Vi har kvar den menar jag. Vad sa du? Vi har ju kvar den. Ja, men jag tycker det är ganska bra att få bort den för att kunna använda den här stenen sen. Han kommer ju trycka ner en chapp då, men då är den utanför fyrfoten. Får han inte rätt vinkel så kanske man kan slå på något sätt. Nej, men om man slår hård insida här. Ja, det är ganska gott. Få en centerträff där men hård, den borde ändå ta sig en liten bit. Ja. Inte säkert. Det kan ju bli att den här bara spinner in på locket hit. Visst. Jag tycker det är ganska bra att ligga skottet mot dem, men ja. Jag är inte helt emot den, Niklas. Det blir lite så. Ja. Så det är... Även om man jammar ner den, bara trycker bort den så ligger vi okej. Vi har alltid den. Ja, men det är fan någonting åt det. Ja. Då kan man peta ner den sen, ja. Så det... Jag tror dock inte att den här... Precis bredvid chappen. Ja. Allt eller så. Ja.
I think they want to stick it on that side red, have the shooter roll just underneath of that top one, take away the tab back that they have available.
Du måste spela innan kanske. Kör innan. Klipper jag garden så är det väl inte hela världen heller. Jag tror vi sätter ner den där.
Well, we'll find out here momentarily. Nicholas Edin. Oscar Eriksson, Peja Lindholm, three-time world champion Peja Lindholm watches on.
And Oscar Eriksson, the alternate.
Well, another big one from Nicholas Edin. Watch them all flying now as he rolls that one in and gets shot stone out of it. Pushes that one over far enough that he's 1, 3, and 4 now. That's real good. Those lights just turning off as they hit the house. Slides in. Watch the momentum of that Yellowstone slide into the top part, and the Reds kick out. He enjoyed that.
Yep, and why not?
It's pretty hard for him to score two.
It was a bold stone.
He's coming off that one here.
Coming into where, like?
He's just gonna come.
Can you get to that one?
I'm just saying he's playing like a hit and roll in.
Oh yeah, for sure. What's that?
Come off this, no?
We can do that.
So many combinations here of
Can't we?
things that
What
could
happens
happen.
if we do that? Like sideways?
Well, we'll be sitting here. I don't know what happened.
I don't know. My initial thought was this: kill it and make him make something hard for two. He could.
Like you make that, I don't know what. Like he won't have anything this way, and he won't have anything this way, will he? He definitely won't have anything on this side.
No,
because if you,
he'd be playing the roll into there, and he'd have to make it.
And
perfect.
then you'd punch this to here
without touching it. Yeah.
You'd have to.
We're playing this.
Yeah.
I think.
Because then if we get here, you can't rip it, right? It's just gonna go.
Well, it might be able to. We're leaving a lot of their rocks in play. Team
Full house here, getting restless, deciding what to play. Never a bad idea to eliminate opponent stones.
What's he have then?
Then he's got the shot that we're talking about. Playing this, then.
Yeah. I don't think you can make it thin to touch this 5 though, can you? You don't know if you can see it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Can you?
Yeah, I think so. All he's doing is coming in and.
Well, what if you even just roll into here,
That's a good shot.
right? What's he do? You can't tap.
Can't do anything, really.
Okay, if you like it, let's play it.
Can't do anything really.
Do you want to call a timeout?
You only live once. Well, like it's either the defensive shot or the offensive shot.
What do you like, Brad?
I like this shot.
That's what Brad's first instinct was.
Overrolled.
Yeah.
Right?
I don't think Ryan Fry necessarily agreed right away of playing it. Said you only live once, and this is their first world championship. Not easy to get back.
You never know when they might be back again. This might be a one-off. You've got to feel you've tried everything. Important stone though. Brad Jacobs' last stone of this end, this 5th end.
Trying to come off his own and get shot stone. Well, they want to try and make the roll in. Do they roll in and get shot? Question now, as they all settle, who's shot? I think he just got shot stone out of it.
I think he did. It worked out well. Well played, Brad Jacobs.
They took a chance going aggressively to try and make the roll inside. Flip that red back.
Millimeters, but it's red that is counting.
Is there any drag on those top 2 reds to try and make a triple?
This is the man that would go for it for sure.
Man kan gå ner med någon mjuk. Jag är lite osäker dock om ni gör det med de här stenarna. Du ser inte så mycket luft på insidan. Nej, det är en sten. Nej, den går alla gånger rätt. Även om den träffar den här, träffar den, stannar på den. Ja, nej det tror jag inte.
I don't think I've seen as many stones involved in the house all this week.
Nej, för den här är andra. Den är väl okej, Niklas, så du skulle möjligtvis kunna gå med en mjukare hit, men du får inte in någon bättre än den. Ja, alltså den. Tick på den. Den är alltid kvar. Ja, fast tickar den så blir den stått det här på. Alltså, fast det är den. Om man bara sätter ner den så går det vara andra, va?
Men grejen är att vi har ju andra här redan. Ja, det är väl spelaren.
Och vi måste få stått där, det var det där. Ja, jag tycker bara peta ner den. Alltså, in i klykan någonstans. Ja, det går också rätt. Jag spelar en clearing. Den kan aldrig ta sig ut långt. Slutta ner den på ryggen.
They're going to play the yellow. They're looking at sizing up that side of the sheet.
Den kan ju kanske dra uppåt på något sätt. Spela bara en tap då.
Ja, spela en... Jag tänkte bara vi får ner den mot ryggen där så har vi ett. Så tunn som möjligt. Spela en... Ja, vi ska komma och spela.
Kan ju spela en hacksarg
också. Komma upp tjapp på den. Det är lite svårare. Det är lite utsida. Det är mer fart än träffen.
Ja, okej. Jag tänkte om det kommer upp tjapp så blir det ju väl foran sitta då.
Jag tänkte mindre risk med en hårdare.
Ja.
Normal take. Skulle jag blaza det gör inte det någonting heller egentligen. Alltså, hellre det än att man sätter ner en så.
Ja. Jag kan vara med på att den tar jävligt tunt och den tar tick upp.
Ja, det kan den. 10 tror jag. Träffar nästan halvträff. Inte riktigt halvträff, för då träffar den andra först. Nej, vi sätter bara in en snett för ett. Ja. Så tunt som möjligt. Ja. Fart. Normalt. Ja. Okay.
Wonder if they're trying to clip that yellow in, catch it on that back 4-foot stone would get shot. Nicholas Edin not as hard as his first shot, which set everything up this way. Brad Jacobs made the great hit and roll. Well, try and catch it, go right on, and will get their one. An important one as they slash their own in. Fun end, ends up with just one score.
An intriguing end. Swedes claim one and extend their lead slightly after 5. It's Canada 3, Sweden 5.
Look back the first half of this game, and it's been a fun affair. Brad Jacobs rolled too far, leaving this open hit. Nicholas Edin, chance to hit, stick, get 2, and off to a fast start goes the Swedish team, leading 2-0 after 1 end of play. Right back in the second. Jacobs thought he had a chance. If he sticks the double off the top, get 3. Here, big weight for the Canadian skip. Doesn't catch it as thin as he needs. Rolls too far with that back one. Just gets a single point. So 2-1 after 2 ends. Sweden on top. And in the third, a pivotal end. Brad Jacobs makes his last stone. He could tap in, lie 3, set up a sure steal. Instead, Nicholas Edin has this out turn, draw tap to get 2 and a 4-1 lead. Lindberg shall take that one right down, tap it back. Sweden gets their 2. Canada got 2 back in the 4th end, and then 1 in the 5th means 5-3. Sweden leads Canada in our 5th end break, the gold medal game of the 2013 Ford World Men's Curling Championship. The crowd being entertained here in the 5th end break, waiting for the teams to enter back onto the ice surface for the second half, and we have been treated to a delight of curling shots throughout this game so far.
Every end being completely different. There are the stats after those first 5 ends. The score obviously 5-3.
Just that narrow advantage overall for Team Sweden, and a 2-point lead. They've got 2 deuces to Canada's 1.
91% in terms of their draws. That's a little bit of a gap, over 84%. But nothing really to choose between the 2. All to play for.
Canada will come out of the break with last rock. The crowd will try to urge them on to get a deuce. An important one they got in the 4th end.
Guess who they're supporting?
As numerous others here in the building sporting the red and white of the Maple Leaf in a near capacity crowd here at the Save-On Foods Memorial Center. Sweden trying to win their first World Championship since 2004. Canada trying to make it 4 in a row with 4 different skips.
And Nicholas Edin in his first final.
Nu kör vi grabbar. Nu rockar vi. Sebbe. Nu rockar vi. Härligt Niklas.
save, Schmidt.
Well, 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 that was quite a half-time rendition. Players listening with interest to the rendition.
I think might have been a member.
It is a member of the Russian team.
Crew that's here.
The backup squad. So Victor absolutely spot on in this game. 100%. And I don't think the coaches had too much to say in that break, Luke. I think the teams know what they have to do.
Well, I want them to play exactly the way they did in the first 5 because I was entertained with rocks in play every end.
Yeah, but different from the bronze game earlier today. We had a few blanked ends. The ends that were scores, that there were scores in, were fantastic, but it's always good to have lots of stones in play.
Well, coming out of the break, you see the center line guard. The corner goes out. Victor Shell advantage at the lead position right now. A few mistakes. Ryan Harnden. And the crowd needed that 4th and 5th end to have something to cheer about. Canada gets a deuce and a force back.
Sixth end, 5-3 to Sweden over Canada, remember, in this final, this gold medal game.
Yep. Hard line. Hard line, hard line, hard line, hard line.
Alison Walker, Luke Coley bringing you all the action. Great to have your company wherever you're watching or listening around the world. We're in Canada.
Oh, well short. I saw this in the second end.
The second, Freddie Lindbergh, and his numbers.
Well, I thought the second position would be important, getting things set up. BJ's had some big shots, but a slight advantage on the numbers. That's another nice come around here. Top part of the house. There's still the 4-foot to get to.
EJ 80%. I did see him miss a couple.
Well, they miss everything in the rings. They want to just open things up, leave those red guards of theirs they could run in. Again, those overlap stones out in front become troublesome because you are not allowed to, it doesn't allow you to play any runbacks or tap-ups. Very similar end to the second where Ryan Harnden came up light in that same spot with the outturn.
He did. And then look what happened.
Canada thought they may have a shot for 3, but it ended up being just 1.
I don't like having to nose it, because likely you're just getting this one and leaving the guard, right? It'd be nice to do that and roll a bit. Yeah.
I want to play this a little differently so that they get the guard off. They don't want to leave it. They want to try and get something in the rings. Well, won't get anything. We'll go right over the top.
Yeah, he knew it was off. There is the Danish team losing out in the bronze medal game to Scotland. Great play though from especially the skip. And they have lit up this week. We've enjoyed watching them.
24-year-old skip, Rasmus Stern, wise beyond his years. And not only got 4th place, but they secured an Olympic spot for Denmark. And I have a hard time thinking it'd be anyone other than those 4 guys, pardon me, those 5 guys and Coach James Drybra going to Sochi.
Rasmus just 24. Every member of this Swedish 4 is 27. They've been together for 5 years. Know each other inside out.
Have 2 bronze medals. Last year it was minus Niklas Edin in the playoffs. 80% for Ryan. Has an advantage at the 3rd position. Again, trying another run back. And will get the top one. Leaves another guard still in play.
That's more like it though.
And top 8 foot trying to protect the run back.
Samma eller lite längre. Linjen är okej nu, linjen är okej. Vi är tillbaka, den har kollat upp. Och linjen är okej. Bara rent Viktor. Bredvid den röda var på kasten. Var försiktigt Heder, försiktigt.
Well, I'd love to be able to just tuck it a little bit, take away the run back on that red one. Don't take it away, they make it more difficult.
It's in a good place though.
You like taking a chance with a quiet one?
That doesn't spin in, does it?
It might.
You like trying to make that outside one or no? Pretty dangerous. Whatever you like, Brett. Play this.
I kind of like this.
Okay.
I think you got to try and open things up.
There's the Chinese team. Watching on. All teams headed for a banquet tonight after the end of play.
Well, they were worried if they could spin, they would spin that yellow in. Trying to figure out what rocks hit where, and
where was that one going to go?
Was going through, all of them trying to figure out where they were going.
Upshot is 1 yellow left in the house.
Well, the yellow goes back. There was one that they're talking about now that was close in the top part of the rings. That actually looks like it spun out at the end.
A little better now. Way better.
Again, just early rocks in the wrong position for Canada, and they're having to make that type of shot just to get out of play damage control and clean things up.
Zidane for this game, 83%. He did have that miss in the last end.
Bara stanna här där. Eller håll en sop så den inte
den är risknära nu.
Bara stanna, bara stanna. Bara stanna.
Well, they want to guard up that stone in the 8 foot and overcurls just a little bit, leaves that stone open, or at least a sliver of it open.
It's either that or we play this hit and try to roll into over here. If we hit the top one, we can roll in too. So we have to put the guard back, almost like hitting the top one and rolling in.
Yeah, it's a hard to, it's not an easy to get rid of that one.
To get rid of that one? I just don't like this draw. We come deep, he welds. We're no good. I almost like this, right? Don't you?
Okay. So like, just like with a hack.
Well, let's.
Yeah, we gotta pick.
Like if we go here.
Yeah, but he's got to make it. If we go here, he has to make the freeze, and then you have the same draw.
Yeah. For one.
He has to make a shot.
What do you guys like?
I think I like the draw. You might be able to get it in here. It'll be curling in hard.
Well, Brad gets talked into this. The draw behind. Knows he's got to go deep. They do take a look. They have expended a lot of time.
T-line? T-line?
Yeah, we're back and forth.
Okay. Should curl in nicer.
Eller slå clean.
It is Canada with the hammer. They're trying to set up two. Ryan does say, we got to get them to try and make something. And a more difficult chase after one of our stones. Don't allow the open draw. Continuously throwing centerline guards.
He's 80% for his accuracy during this game.
Just slide.
Line's gonna be tight.
It's heavy.
Tight as you can,
All day. Whoa,
It's
no,
heavy.
lots of line.
Yeah. It's heavy.
Backy.
Curl and slow through. Curl, 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 curl. Take the curl. Take the curl.
That one slides back and well back.
Okay.
I don't think he really committed fully to that shot.
I don't think he was convinced either.
He wanted to play something to open it up, so if he missed that or went just back button, Nicholas freezes on top. He's got a tough shot for one. Now Adin can play a draw behind, or he can just go to the back one if it is a bit heavy.
Får inte ticka i egen, vi får inte gå för jävla nära. Då är det bättre att gå ner mot deras. Ja, gå ner mot deras är okej. Ingen lätt sargfart även om man bara skulle ligga.
Here's Team Norway. Thomas Ulsrud, their skip, with the anorak on the right.
Paul Trolson along with the team, and next to Paul, second from your left, it was Christopher Sva, and it's the first time at a World Championship he's missed the playoffs.
Yeah, he was very disappointed.
They lost the European final to this team, and I think be hard-pressed to be cheering for anyone other than Sweden right now.
But missing a key member of their team this year.
Well, see if they can get this one around. Well, just that little touch of the front. Now sizing up that in-off. I think you hit for one right now if you're Brad Jacobs. You miss that in-off, you're giving up. Well, I think maybe trying to catch that one thick and punch that yellow off to the side. Brad Jacobs.
With the final stone of this sixth end. Needs to make sure of just one shot.
Well, can the front end get it there? Well, clip it, but not enough. Slide through, and it's a steal, going aggressively for the two.
And maybe that was the wrong decision. And after six ends, Sweden edge ahead with that steal. Canada 3, Sweden 6. Canadian fans trying to G their team on. They're trailing 6-3 in this gold medal game. The World Championship final 2013, and that's what they're after. The gold medal, the trophy. Will it be staying here? Will it be heading to Sweden? Still a long way to do. A lot can still happen, look.
That sixth end is a big swing. I knew that it looked like Brad might just hit for one and ensure a single point, be down one playing the seventh end. Was going for the two. It wasn't easy because he had to move both of those yellows, and I think that might be a shot they look back on.
And you'll think, wrong decision.
Because it just didn't seem terribly easy. They had to move that one out of the 12-foot.
Yeah, easy to say in hindsight, though. If he'd made it, then
absolutely
all change.
And always easier to critique and point things out from where we are as opposed to on the ice.
Absolutely. Yep. These guys are out there making the shots or not making them. We've got the easy bit.
A deuce, though, by Canada in the seventh end. Right back in it.
Hur lång? Hur lång? Linjen är bra. Jag tror ni in. Nej, lång. Bara stanna. Bara stanna. Bra skjuts, boys.
Well, wanted to guard that one up, and I think Sweden might change game plan a little bit as opposed to junking it up, keeping stones around. Going to start playing the peels, and they play that quite efficiently. Struggled throughout the week, and Sweden has just built up the entire week, putting it together. They hadn't really put a full game together until they played Canada. They knew they needed to win, and they turned it on in that game. Then in the 1-2, were nearly perfect.
They were outstanding in that. That's the best I've seen them play. And even Dean said it just all came together. Always in control in that game against Scotland. And they've dictated a fair bit of this game too.
Well, I've gotten a couple things to go their way that have really changed the way this game could look. Obviously, third end, Brad Jacobs has a steal in order if he makes a little tap and roll inside. Misses that, leaves an out-turn tap, not just for one, but for two. And then last end, obviously, the decision by Brad Jacobs and execution.
You need a bit of luck as well as good play and errors from your opponents. All mixed in.
5 world titles for Sweden on the men's side.
That's the line right now. That's deep. Good line. Clean.
Weight's good.
Clean it. That's deep.
Nicholas trying to win his 3rd medal.
Lots of line. Clean it.
His national team coach has 5 medals at World Championships, including 3 of Sweden's world titles.
Come on, come on. Hard, boys. Come on, come on, come on. Hard. Hard, 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 hard.
No surprise here. Not even looking at that back one. Going to go and peel this corner guard off. Force the guard to be made by Team Canada. Frederick Lindberg. Well, we'll catch it thin and lose their one in the 4-foot. That's a big difference. Instead of lying shot and forcing Canada to come after it, now it gets rid of it for them.
Irritated by that. I wonder how significant that could be. Could this be Canada's opening?
Well, here's a look at touching that one. We'll just clip it out.
There's the man we were talking about. His hair was a bit longer in the old days of winning titles.
We're tight. How's line?
Gotta sit.
We're real tight.
Gotta sit.
Nicholas,
we're real tight.
similar to Pea, a lot of
Want to go in?
similarities in the way they play and the way they call a game.
Well, you couldn't have a better mentor than Pia Lindholm, that's for sure. Been there and done it all.
Eller ska vi ta den direkt så?
Ja, det är okej. Jag kan skjuta han också, men...
Ja, jobbigt om man kör tjapp.
Okej. Ja.
Slagstenen ligger kvar ändå.
Bort med en, det tycker jag.
Jag tar den här översta och vicka in nu. Det är bra.
Okej.
Vicka ända dit, det är okej.
8. Va?
8.
Ja, det är okej.
Well, could play the straight peel, could play the run back. Another option is the hit and roll in. They want to try and roll the shooter into the house. But a little thin to do that. Rolls all the way through.
Clean. Yep. Yep, line. Come on. Not room. No room. Yep. G-line. Room. Yep.
Well, trying to use whatever they can to keep a stone in. Try and jump this one over if for Sweden and Sebastian Kropp.
Whoa, Mia! Whoa, Mia! Whoa, Mia! Exakt, tjapp.
But they get the nose hit now.
8-1.
Canada noses back. Could leave it double. Canada could just ignore it and draw him behind.
Can't nose that.
No, you're right. That was my
Either
thought.
that or
My thought. Either one of those. Okay.
One more weight.
Back 8.
Hard early.
Go for back 8.
Hard, guys!
Come on.
Hard run! Line's good!
Oh, they're having to work hard here. Are they going to get it there? Past the yellow stone. Stuck to the other red.
it's a tough shot to throw in the snow, eh?
Yeah.
Skip like that one.
I'll go into that spot. Now they need a miss out of Nicholas Edin. Play the straight back here. Well, want to go straight back. And we'll get them both just like that to lie 1-2.
Perfect result for Sweden.
Both these teams have had that look of intensity and focus, determination all week long. But Nicholas just different than I've seen in past events with him. They're more relaxed. He's not just happy getting to this point.
He's also a lot better physically, had some real back issues, and he's put those well behind him now. Really quite in a lot of pain at the European Championships the previous year. He's back on track and playing as well as ever, probably even better.
Where? Well, wait for it.
Back 4.
Back 8.
Okay, wait for it. Whoa.
Well, they want to draw around,
Never.
but
Back 8.
Never.
again, need to make these perfect.
Never.
Catch any sort of curl here?
Get it buried.
They're going to be lying too.
Well, see how far it goes back, and gets buried, but back 12 foot.
2 yellows, still counting
I don't even
for
know why they
Sweden.
want to touch those when I let them go if they think that if it's that heavy.
Good try.
Var han inte få trippel därifrån?
Så jävla dumt. Det kan han. Alltså vi är riktigt safe. Vi leder ju 6-3. Drar vi ner han hit? Foten i alla fall.
Alltså, vi behöver inte dra in den alls. Alltså, den här chappen är inte lätt, en jämma också. Han har, alltså lägg en gard där.
Ja, okej.
Kommer en bite så...
Ska vi spela
ända ner hit för att han ska få en tripp.
Ja. Ska vi spela den här och på överkör så slipper vi vara ute i frosten?
Nej, jag tror vi drar den här.
Okej.
Kan 12 är bra. Ja. Hänga ute och bli kortare, okej, då täcker vi den ändå. Då får han dra inifrån, den är inte kul.
Ja. Sikta på... Här då?
Ja. 1,5 stens luft. Okej. Får han gå inifrån så kan han ha fart där, han får hänga kvar lite grann. Ja. Så egentligen... typ en sten ifrån. Så. Ja.
Jag tror nästan vi kan ha lite till, men...
Ja, det är okej. Är det frostigt här så får vi köra, men trippen är ju den som vi får vara orolig för. Då måste den ända ner full 8 fot för att den ska vara rimlig. Liksom. Okay. Ja. Men den är så lång så...
I think they want to put a guard up, just make the draw tough, knowing that Brad just didn't go his third shot. No double at the 2 yellows. Not a lot of happy faces from Canada.
Just a Swedish point of view, try and protect what you have.
Worry is if he wanted to come into the top of the 8 foot, might leave a triple for 2 and give some life to him.
I'm sure they've discussed that too.
Well, just another stone that gets in the way of that draw path for Brad Jacobs.
Yeah, Canada up against it at the moment. Need a moment of inspiration.
Has the 4 foot, still has a fairly sizable port.
Yeah, let's go, Brad.
So 4 foot to get within 2. Nicholas Adine making that raised double and not just making it, but sitting where he is on the left side of the 8 foot. Really has forced this position of Brad Jacobs to draw for 1.
Last stone of this 7th end from the Canadian skip. Just to make sure of it.
Heavy. We're heavy now.
Well, hearing the comment that they're heavy. Takes that curl, and how far will it go? Sebastian Kropp will get on it, but not very much.
So he does make sure of that 1 with the draw. And after 7, Canada still fighting. Canada 4, Sweden 6.
Well, look at the line score. The single by Canada gets them within 2, but gives the hammer back to Sweden. Here, the gold medal game that will wrap up the 2013 Ford World Men's Curling Championship. Canada will have to go with 2 guards.
Pardon me? See if we can separate them quite a bit against these guys.
So the high guard goes out. Sweden's going to draw to the wing. They'll just want to keep the 4-foot open. Need to score here in the 8th.
Kala mycket på slutet. 97 Viktor. Linjen är bra. T-line eller lite bäck. Sikta T-line. Titta upp. Perfekt linje, titta upp. Ser lång ut. Ser lång ut. Ser lång ut. Nej, farten är bra. Jag tycker den känns lång jag också. Ser lång ut. Nej, wow, bara T, bara T. Ja. Perfekt. Bakåt boys.
Well, draw to the wing. Center line guard out in front. We'll see another one go, try and go tight for Ryan Harnden. Comparison, Victor Shell, perfect. Ryan Harnden, 84%.
Has to curl. No, here it comes. Yep. Go, Ryan. Great shot.
Well, 2 center line guards. They needed the separation. Sweden has 1 to the side. They're going to draw in behind.
Bra linje. Lotta Bajs 4. Var med på linje. Farten är bra. Helt perfekt linje. Bara fart. Wow. Hur långt är det? Sitt. Bara sitt. Sorry, boys.
Well, just a little bit deep, saying sorry. That goes to the side of the button.
Love the way he says sorry boys in English.
Well, look, there's the World Championship trophy. It has not been hoisted by a Swedish team since 2004. Trying to snap that streak will be Niklas Edin.
And he's looking in good shape at the moment.
Just freezing now.
Yep. Read on it. Yep. Read on it. Go.
Well, it goes top 4-foot, just a little shy.
Good sweep.
Yeah, they're really coming down now.
Yeah, as soon as they started taking that curl.
Yeah. Good shot.
So here come the peels now, Fredrik Lindberg.
Hon kommer inte ner ända frysten så det ligger ganska bra. Nej, det ligger helt jämnt.
High. Nice and high, boys. Good line.
Get it over.
Good line. Good line. Nice and high.
Okay, line's really good.
Real good line. Yep.
Gotta curl it.
Yep.
Good sweep, guys.
Well, one more peel of that center line guard. Not even looking at trying to make that double peel.
Yep.
They're still lying 1.
Yep. Håll igång.
Bra.
So that's the scenario in the plate.
Keep making some shots, right? Let's go.
Crowd very quiet at the moment.
They know it's an uphill battle for Canada, but they'll keep picking away, trying to battle back.
Never need you for weight, Ryan, so just line. All right? Never need you for weight.
Well, line's good.
Right off.
Well,
Over curling too.
no, line's good.
Yeah, I know. We got to sit though, right?
Over curling. Mile.
Well, this one's going to come closer.
Okay.
Now there might be some angle to try and make that double peel, just the way they stagger.
Terrible, because it kind of goes into ours if he makes a double peel.
Never know.
Ja.
Be a blessing.
Kan de tappa ner eller ligga skotta eller?
Tveksamt. Kanske går, men det är svårt.
Vi borde ju få en dubbel tillbaka, va?
Det känns som att om vi
Ja,
klipper
pilen.
att han nästan kommer gå på någon mjukskjutning.
Well, they're worried about playing the double peel, that it goes on to the red in the house and gets rid of shot stone. Just playing the outturn peel at it. Again, just thinking every shot that extra little bit. The Swedish team full-time curlers, so dedicating not just physically in the gym on the ice, but mentally.
Yeah, they work hard on the mental side of the game. Nicholas Edin in particular really thinks about the game an awful lot. His comparison of the thirds.
But this one now for Fry, an important one, trying to line things up in the house.
Yep. Hard then.
Line's good, hard!
Line's good.
Hard!
Yep. Keep going.
Well, right to it, tap it up. Sweden still lies one, but Canada has those in a nice position. Ryan Fry continues his good play in the playoffs.
It's a beauty.
It's a beauty, says the skip.
I thought we might have bait him into doing something with those guards.
What's that?
I thought we might bait him into doing something with
Oh, the little tap gets it closer.
Lite kan vi få en dubbel. Viskar han ut lite? Fast inte exakt i linje.
Om man sätter den exakt så lägger vi riktigt taskigt.
Jag tycker ändå vi ligger... Alltså,
Skjuta ner den och bara klippa dem.
Ja, men den är okej.
Jag tycker bara vi klipper. Alltså, även om man ligger exakt i linje så ligger han så pass nära. Så drar man på en hård så...
Kan gärna att han inte bara spelar ner en tap på nästa också. Tvinga oss att slå då.
Ja.
Bara klippa
Ja,
den.
men det är okej, klipp den där. Ja.
Okej.
Vi lägger skottet så att det är okej.
Ja. Vad är det tjockaste jag kan träffa då?
Halv räcker alla gånger.
Okej, ja.
Ja, tjock halv kan du träffa och precis missa då.
Ja.
Well, it's too early in the end to think about maybe a guard for Sweden taking away that run back or any way to play on that angle.
Ner. Ja.
That's why they're looking at getting rid of that guard.
Japp. Det är den.
So it just clears the front, everything in the rings.
Why don't you hang out? Want to just freeze? Line it up.
I think we got it tapped. But we got it. If we don't move this now, it can,
I'll have to make a run on my last.
and it's more if you freeze and you ever set up, you know, if it over curls or anything.
It's the same either way.
Well,
True. We gotta
if
make
we're under curled, that's all right. I mean, this might bang.
True. Yeah, we
You
got to
wanna
get one.
tap
We got
and try to get him to here then?
Yeah.
It's just,
Now-
you don't want to create too much separation
No,
because
no.
then there's going to be a rocket coming
Yeah.
down.
Let's just play the tap it to there, and if it's a little extra weight, we'll tap this a couple inches.
All right. We want to come the same way.
If you like
The
it.
outturn just looks better, but we've played this so many times.
Like, if we freeze it and keep the line, he's not going to play a guard, right?
he's probably gonna have to blast, isn't he?
You'd think, because if he guards, then we just run.
He might go right here.
Yeah.
True, yeah. So what are we going to play then? Move it or?
Just move it.
Let's play to move it.
Move this a half a rock.
I think that, Fry.
Okay, I like that, T. Let's go.
It's Matt Hotel, 28-year-old alternate.
Oh, Rick Lang beside him, the team leader, Tom Coulterman to hit on your right. Rick Lang world champion himself. Playing third with Al Hackner in the 80s. They want to move this just a little bit. They got a nice lineup going up with those stones. They just have to keep it that way.
Really good weight.
Whoa! Close! Blackie! Close! Whoa! Blackie! No! Whoa! Come on, curl.
Take the curl. Take the curl.
It's trying to make its move. They just push it ever so slightly to lie shot. But I think you might be able to spill everything, because it didn't get to the nose.
Okay, desperately trying to keep Canada going. It was near perfect this. Just nudges the yellow over.
Might lose them both.
And they are counting.
I did too. They threw it perfect. It's one of those things we're not getting any result off of well thrown it off.
Försöka rycka i. Har vi tur kanske vi kan få den minsta lilla av något håll. Ja.
Och jag försöker vicka hit.
Aukan så lite skönt där.
Du behöver inte sikta på lite.
Sjua.
Eller ja, jag tycker spela en clearing, det är sån här.
Jag vill spara den bara, få lite curl om det behövs.
Well, the worry is the jam on the side. I think right now you open up the 4-foot, you throw this one hard, try and get them all. If it does double jam and you leave Canada lying 2, they're going to be either behind the T line or off to the side. Right now, Sweden score with the hammer, avoid a steal. Even if you score 1, you have a 3-point lead in the gold medal game of a world championship.
It's a great position. So here's Nicholas Edin with the first of his 2 stones.
Well, run it back, does jam, but leaves him lying shot back 4-foot. Couldn't avoid that, but they're top stone in a better position than those red lineup of stones.
I think you'll be happy with that.
Can't has to be worried about so many things with no guards out in front. Now they roll to the side. If they make the perfect freeze, he could have the in-off if there's a little bit of separation.
We just basically got to draw the top of the button, like draw the button. Right? It just looks easier with this, but whatever you want to throw.
Well, if we're here,
yeah, still
bang, bang.
Well, he's got to, yeah, I know.
Let's play the end.
Okay.
Edge?
Yeah, let's make it, Brad.
Well, to the victor go the spoils. The hardware out
Go, Brad, take your time.
on display. The trophies now out there. A lot of little things.
You don't want that to catch their eye, distract them from the game. Here's a comparison of the skips. And he is up quite substantially in every area.
Where is it? Line's a little tight. No, line's good.
This is Brad Jacobs' last stone
Line's
for
good.
Canada.
Line's close.
What can he do with it?
Line's
Wait,
good.
really good.
Let it curl.
Oh, we can wait. Gotta wait, I think.
Sit. Sit.
Well, trying to have it come down, it slides off it, beyond.
Pretty good line.
Why we can't buy a shot today.
No. All right.
Can't buy a shot.
Are you tight right away? Or no?
Good
It's
line.
not working out for Canada today.
No, I was wondering if we were sleeping early. Good throw.
Well, they've said they've had to do things the hard way. Nicholas Edin played the blast. The rock didn't line up in the right spot for Canada. Now a draw for 2 and a 4-point lead.
The last stone of this 8th end.
Need to get this to the 4-foot. Get that second point, and a big one.
After 8 ends, surely an uphill battle for Canada. Canada 4, Sweden 8. Welcome back to our live coverage of this men's final, the gold medal game between Canada and Sweden. We're inside the Save on Foods Memorial Centre. It's been an intriguing final. We're into the 9th end now, and Sweden have a commanding 8-4 lead. And it's an uphill battle for Canada, who seem a little deflated look.
They feel that they haven't got results from some of the rocks that they've thrown. They haven't been able to put the broom in the right spot to make those shots. You throw them well, you expect to get the results, and it doesn't do what you think. Just not working out. They feel that they've tried to get stones in a good spot, and it hasn't worked out for them.
But their opponent has played well. Certainly played well as a team, the Swedes. So Canada need to try and get something going in this end, get the guard up.
Well, a 4-point lead, 9th end, first stone in. Going to start peeling, and those rocks are just going to get in your way. So Ryan Harnden will try and leave these guards even out in front.
Shoot it, Ryan.
So the peels start. Frederick Lindberg to clear off. Corner guard wants to make sure he gets rid of it. And a miss, so life now with that one flashing.
So is there some drama left in this game yet? and it was very, very close.
Where do you want this? Anywhere buried.
Well, trying to get a close look. Take the glasses off, get the binoculars out.
We're looking at you. Are you looking at us?
A little bit early.
Sweden must remain focused if they're to get themselves over the finishing line here.
Pete, you're going to have to get in there, Petey. Hard, bring it.
They have two guards to try and utilize. A three would give them a chance in this end. Looking to just peel off that guard. Lindberg this time after a flash on his first. We'll get that one.
Making sure of it this time.
You want to go around now?
We go around, he peels.
No, he's going to hit the open one.
A little bit early. Rube.
Line's good, just
good line, good line. Yep, yep. Rube. Clean. Wait only.
Line's really good. Where does it go?
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
No.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
No.
Ready?
Well, Nicholas Edin knows the position they're in. They'll go out, peel the guard. Canada has done a good job in setting things up. They've put the corner guards where they need. They draw around them. See if they put a guard up in front. Protect one of them right now. Well, now trying to go into that one in the house. Took an aggressive line at that. That goes over the top.
Not bad.
Well, here's what they're looking at. They're trying to catch that one in the rings. And just over the top, needed even thinner.
Around it, he's going to play a double. Well, he has a double regardless today.
Yeah, to bury it, you can just go dead center line, back 12.
You like around it, guy?
Could, back 8.
I think so.
Yeah, I like that.
It's either this or the dead freeze.
Well, dead freeze either way, I think.
Okay, let's make it.
Back 12.
Well, they decide to go around it, not just guard up one side.
Back 8.
Adine would peel one, then you could try and tuck two around one guard.
You get higher? I don't know. Just bury a piece. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Well, there, they'll touch that one. Or trying to go around it to try and get another one in there. Or looking maybe to try and use their yellow to make a double.
Jag tycker släppa två bara. Det är enklaste dubbeln vi kommer få någon gång. Allting från tjock halv till en tredjedel sätter vi den dubbeln.
Om man sätter den chappen där nu.
Finns ingen anledning. Alltså sätt den här till släpp två. Komma ur där. Gör vi den här och de gör någon bra tap. Det kan ju... Trean vill inte riska. Allting utsidan nästan sitter där på. Lite tunn halv är bästa träffen. Ja. Mycket is vill ha.
Well, going after this one because it's one that Canada's trying to use. Got to make sure you get rid of one on this. Can't afford to nose it or miss altogether.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Trying to use their own to make a double. And there go two. They leave the one in. Canada knew their rock wasn't in a good spot. Made that look fairly easy.
That was a tricky shot.
Especially anytime you got to include 3 stones and your own. Becomes more difficult.
I think that should have got a round of applause, that shot, but
obviously everyone wanting in the building wants to see more red stones stay in the house. Had lots to cheer about yesterday, not nearly as much in this game.
Wait only.
Still a chink of light for Canada, though. They do have the last stone. They'll freeze right onto this one.
Well, they freeze on top. Gonna see Nicholas Edin if he noses that one or gets rid of it. Canada, give them credit, down 4 and could easily just pack it up, mail it in. Not in the World Championship final.
They're hanging on by their fingernails, though.
Vicka in en halv meter, inte ända in så det blir någon ficka utan bara Chapp och kanske han rundar den inte eller något bra. Vicka in lite grann.
8-4 to Sweden in this 9th end.
Ska vi klippa den?
Gå klippa den. Det ska mycket till om man fryser så att vi får bort
Skip stones coming up.
Ja, fast den går ju.
Den går ju. Ja, nej, jag får vilket som.
Ja, de vill klippa den.
Kan det bli jättedåligt?
Nej, jag tycker det är bra, Niklas. Vi klipper den. De vill klippa. De kommer kanske runda den. Då måste jag slå bort den frysningen eller skjuta. Ja, då klipper vi.
Well, moving the broom out, so I think trying to just peel this one out, knowing that if they nose it, might be a freeze that could jam into theirs if they try and blast it. So peel it out. Less stones, the better. Sweden got into this trouble by a flash on one of the peels by Fredrik Lindberg.
You like that, guys?
Got to give himself a chance and freeze the nose. Be tough to eliminate both of them. And you get a miss, you score 3.
Crowd trying to rally the team.
Do you want it right on it, Brad?
Yeah, right on it.
Okay.
Gadda eller dra på det.
They just got to freeze the nose. A couple of draws of late. Been in the wrong spot for Jacobs. Well, got to curl up to the nose. Pretty good. I don't know if you can get both of them out. I think
Just that difference of another rock from mine.
Yeah.
You know?
peel that one out.
Man, another 2 inches of curl would have been beauty.
Get rid of one. And at worst, give up 2 and a 2-point lead to the 10th end.
Yeah, it is.
So Nicholas Edin's last stone of this end.
Well, they got to keep this high. Big weight. Knew only one was going to go.
That was the best result he could have hoped for from that shot.
Well, the crowd knows that Canada's going to get there too.
Yeah, there's no way you were shifting that red one in the middle.
No, I don't think physics works that way for that one to go out.
He's happy enough with that. So last stone of this ninth end to secure a 2 for Canada. And give them some hope going up the 10th. So after 9, it's now Canada 6, Sweden 8.
Dig out that 50-50 draw tickets, because this time, the final draw, this one at the Ford World Men's Curling Championship is $15,180. So what I want everybody to do, whoever's got a ticket, stand up. We're going to start calling the numbers all the way through. If you do not have a number, guess what? You sit down. So let's start things off with the letter on the far left-hand side. The letter is a V. Don't you feel happy right now? Everybody has a V. Let's go with the numbers. Starting on the left-hand side. First number is a 2. The next number is a 3. The next number is a 1. So far it's B, 2, 3, 1. The next number is a 4. There's not that many people standing. Here we go. The last number for grand total of $15,180 minus a very small service charge that goes to me. You make $180. Daddy needs a new car. Okay, here we go. Final number for over $15,000. It is a 1, 2, 3, 1, 4, 1. Congratulations. You got yourself.
Welcome back to our live coverage of this gold medal game between Canada and Sweden. Sweden very much in control, 8-6 going into this 10th and possibly final end. You're listening to Alison Walker and Luke Coley, bringing you the game live from the Save on Foods Memorial Centre in Victoria in Canada. It's been a pulsating final.
Well, Sweden is an end away, a 2-point lead and the hammer to try and win their first world title since 2004. And Nicholas Sedin and his team would be European and world champion. That's quite the feat to hold at the same time. Last time was David Murdoch in 2008-2009. Trying to get these 2 guards will be Canada. That one not into a good position.
Odds certainly against Canada. Squaring things up in this game. But it can happen. And the Swedes will have to remain completely focused.
Well, Victor Schell look to play this tick shot. Well, that red continues to go. Will it hit the boards?
It does.
It does, so it'll go back out in front. That's the first miss from Victor in the game.
So it's replaced.
It was the same lead for Nicholas Edin in the European Championship against Thomas Ulsrud. It was 7-5 in Karlstad, Sweden. Here in Victoria, they have an 8-6 lead. They may not want to leave Victoria winning a cash spiel the week before this event.
Clearly suits him.
Even, like pretty high, eh? Really needs to curl too.
Well, now they're putting two corners because they're going to be off the center line.
It's definitely it's right in between. Yeah.
Looks like it's coming down hard. Easy. Yep.
Well, that one came down as well. Going to try the tick another time.
Lite mindre fart. Typ samma. Den. Wow. Lite mindre fart. Wow. 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 Lite mindre fart. Wow. Typ samma.
Wow. Nej, samma träff.
Well, very similar spot where the last one was. This one might stick around, and it will on the edge. So 1 for 2 on the ticks. Victor Schell.
Bra Victor.
Just over, right?
Well, the peels can start happening. As of now, again, Per Lindholm, 2004 world champion, beat Sebastian Stock of Germany in Gavel, Sweden.
But to win this title in Canada is always just that tiny bit more significant. The home of curling, hotbed of curling.
And against the home nation. See the peel there from Lindberg. Victor doing a little work and says, I'm just going to carry the rock over. I haven't swept enough.
If you're Team Canada, what do you psychologically, you must be feeling, where do we go? What do we do?
It's tough. You got to think. You still got to just give yourself a chance. Try and force Nicholas to throw against 2 or 3.
Put him under pressure.
Nothing in the rings yet.
Remember, Canada need 2 to take this to an extra end, 3 to win, but
or without last rock.
Without last stone. They're relying on these guys to make some mistakes as well.
Sweden just seems real focused right now. Every shot, 2 peels made by Fredrik Lindberg.
Do you think you will need to do that right now?
You have to.
We're trying like 3.
Yeah. Okay.
Heard the comment, want to lie 3. Lie 3, you get Nicholas to play a hit, may roll out, you steal 2.
Well, if you can, Drew.
Good line.
Weight's good. Almost top 4.
Right to the back, guys. Can't set up a double.
Yep. All right.
Well, Sebastian Krupp will peel the corner guard was a Sweden win in round robin, but earlier in the year on the World Curling Tour circuit, Jacobs was 3-0 against this Edin team.
So he knows how to beat them. Not looking likely today. Tiny margins, luck on the day.
Wait only. Above this one. Good line.
They just got to be careful where they go. They want to try and lie 3.
Good line. Good line. Higher in. Yep.
And looking back, a couple ends were a couple points and a half an inch one way or the other. Might be in a position where have the lead is a mixed team, as you see two Scots.
That would be quite a combination, wouldn't it? Team Scotland and Team Norway. Scotland with the bronze medal. And he has to get in shot as well, of course. Thomas Olsrud, the Norwegian skip.
Well liked wherever he goes. Of course, not making the playoffs here, but a Olympic silver medalist just a ferry ride away in Vancouver at the Olympic Winter Games. Well, we'll peel that one. It was shot stone. 2 stones remaining for Jacobs.
That was pretty soft on mine.
Center line for me.
Canada winning the last 3 world titles.
6 of the last 8. The only ones not was David Murdoch of Scotland.
Stunning flowers here in Victoria. City of Gardens. Jacobs with his second last stone of this end.
We need it to curl for sure. Line's good. Good line. Good line. Got room. Room. Wait only. Wade's real close. There.
Well, they're trying to tuck one on the wide side of the sheet.
Good line. Whoa. Don't need it.
Well, trying to have it stick around and giving it everything they got to get that one down to that position. Question, do you try that yellow in? Make sure you get rid of one. Even if you miss, you peel the guard, and you're going to have an open hit.
Klippa den där och rulla av är bra också. För du träffar stenen i så fall. Jag klippar den på rätt ner. Ja, men vi sätter ner den på 3/4. Kan lika gärna skjuta även om jag vickar in.
Some great shots being made by Canada to try and force the issue. They want to try and set up 3, but against a strong hitting side and down 8-6. If he makes the run double, would end it. But right now just wants to get rid of one of them.
Can afford to be a bit cautious with the position they're in. 88% for the hits today.
Well, trying to get one of them out. And there it will go. That'll spill it out. And what a way to finish it off. As that will do it. Nicholas Edin has ended the streak of Canada and Scotland.
Hugs all round gold medal for Nicholas Edin. Team Sweden, Team Edin. What a performance in the final. Absolutely delighted. The final score there, Canada 6, Sweden 8. Gold medal to Sweden and Canada the silver. What a final.
It was, and Nicholas Edin full medal for his work here this week. And Team Canada going through the 3-4. They get the applause of the crowd, but what a way to finish it for Nicholas Edin. The big weight shot all week long. They kept getting better and better as the week goes on. A 3rd medal at the Worlds for Nicholas. The first gold for Sweden since 2004. And they're the man that won it just prior to heading out, their national team coach, Pay Lindholm.
Om man kram eller feja. Ja, jag lägger det. Vad bra jobbat.
Well, this is the shot that will be seen over and over as world champion for Nicholas Edin. Run double. And the reaction to realize he's a world champion. To go with his European gold. Smiles as that does it. Oscar Eriksson, alternate national team coach Pay Lindholm. The handshake as usual with the Canadian coaches and alternate before they headed down to celebrate with the newly claimed world champion.
Congratulations, Nicholas. You said it was amazing to get to the final. Now you've won it. How does it feel?
Even more amazing, obviously. Yeah, we had a really good game here in the final, and I think that day of rest was really important for us. We got to enjoy the silver medal that was secured, and then really regroup and play the best curling we can play in the final here. And I'm so proud of my team, and we executed the plan perfectly, so I'm just super happy.
Was it a key moment? Was it the steal?
I think the key moment is the second deuce we get in the third end, the small tap. If they steal one there and get back to 2-2, I think it's a totally different game. Once we got up there to 4-1, we felt comfortable, even though we let them back a couple of times, but we were always ahead in the game, and I think they felt the pressure they needed to make some really good shots, and we always came back on them. So yeah, I'm really proud of my team for sticking in there all the way.
And European and world champions at the same time.
Yeah, it feels amazing. Somebody told me that's never happened before. I'm not sure, but if that's the case, it's amazing. I'm so proud of my team. But the goal we set up after the Olympics 3 years ago was to this year win the Europeans and Worlds. And now, 3 years later, we've done that, double as the first European team ever. So it feels amazing going into the Olympic season.
Congratulations, very well done. Great fight.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Well, an excited champion, Nicholas Edin, and now Brad Jacobs, the silver medalist.
Brad, always difficult to speak after getting the silver and not the gold. What went wrong for you today? What do you think?
We were just on the wrong side of the inch today, and in curling that happens. But you know what? We fought as hard as we could. Full credit to Sweden; they were bang on today, and it was a great game. And you know, it's okay.
And your team, what a performance all week. They pulled off some amazing scores.
Yeah, we really persevered as much as we could this week, you know, and tried to stick with it as long as we could. And, you know, like I said, just on the wrong side of the inch today. But I'm really proud of the way the guys have played, you know, in front of me. And it's been a phenomenal season. We got one more event left. Hopefully we can play well there. But unbelievable season to this point.
Congratulations on the silver.
Thank you.
Well, as all the dignitaries and teams get piped into the arena to a near capacity crowd at the Save-On Foods Memorial Center. What a gold medal game it was. As Sweden now world champions, the 6th in the history of the World Men's Championship for the blue and yellow. Their national team coach, a 3-time world champ, passes the torch to the newly crowned world champion, Nicholas Edin, who will get the long walk down the ice to hoist the world championship trophy, and they can't stop celebrating. They love the city of Victoria, winning a cash spiel prior to, and now a world title in the Save-On Foods Memorial Center. Has been a fantastic week of curling. We narrowly had a 5-team tie for that final playoff spot. Sweden was able to beat Canada in that final round robin match. Went on to win the 1-2. Took on a streaking Canadian team but the streak stopped by the Swedes.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your silver medal winners, Team Canada.
Well, the walk of the champions. Their skip, Nicholas Edin. Third, Sebastian Kraup. Second, Frederick Lindberg. Lead, Victor Schall. Alternate, Oscar Eriksson. Their team coach, Eva Lund, not here, but their national team coach, Aya Lindholm. They are enjoying every moment of it as they will step up on the top podium to receive the World Championship trophy here in Victoria.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd now like to call upon Bill Duncan, President of the Royal Caledonia Curling Club, to present medals to the bronze medalists from Team Scotland. To their coach, Soren Grand. To their alternates, Greg Drummond. To their lead, Michael Goodfellow. To their second, Scott Andrews. To their third, Tom Brewster. And to their skip, David Murdoch. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to call upon Ron Hutton, Board Chair of the Canadian Curling Association, to please come forward and present medals to the silver medalists from Team Canada. To their coach, Tom Coulterman. To their fifth, Matt Dumatel. Their lead, Ryan Harden. Their second, E.J. Harden. To the third, Ryan Fry. And to their skip, Brad Jacobs. Now I'd like to call upon Kate Kakis, World Curling Federation President, to present medals to the gold medalists from Team Sweden. Starting off with their coach, Pia Lindholm. To their alternates, Oscar Eriksson. To the lead, Victor Schell. Their second, Frederick Lindberg. To the third, Sebastian Kropp. And to the skip, Nicholas Edin. Kate Kakis, WCF President, and Gerald Wood, General Manager, Western Region of Ford Motor Company of Canada, will now present the World Championship Trophy to Team Sweden.
Well, Team Sweden, first since 2004, pick up the trophy. Now they get to hear the Swedish national anthem.
Yep, very many congratulations to Team Edin, Team Sweden. What a week it's been for them.
As they get to do the usual pose with the trophy atop the podium. Sweden.
What an achievement.
Please welcome Kate Kakis, President of the World Curling Federation, who will bring greetings and congratulations.
A look at the highlights here from this game, and in the fifth end, it really was a big one. Brad Jacobs made the aggressive call to try and roll in. Got shot stone, so Nicholas Edin had to play this in-turn tap of his own. Used one of those stones in behind. And does it with ease. He uses those back ones. Gets a key point for a 2-point lead at the fifth end break. Sixth end, this a big turning point in the game. It was going 4-2. Thought that Nicholas Edin may have left a double. Tries to make it, catches it too thin, goes through the hole, and it's a steal. And what could have been a tie game was then a steal into the eighth. And after Canada tried to get something set up, Nicholas Edin has the draw for two. Brad Jacobs went deep with his. This just has to hit the forefoot. And a 4-point lead for Sweden. not a problem, goes right down, and they get to the 4 foot. So 2 ends remaining. It was a 4-point advantage for Sweden. 10th end, Canada trying to lie 3. Lying 2 with Nicholas Edin's first. That's a chance to run them out of stones and win the world title. Nicholas Edin gets the 1 and the second one, and let the celebration begin. Nicholas Edin and Sweden victorious. First world title since 2004. The 3rd medal for this Swedish rink out of Karlstad, Sweden. They win 8-6 and are your 2013 world champions in Victoria, British Columbia, Canada.
And they are a very, very popular team in Canada. They do a lot of the curling here, a lot of their training, playing a lot of the games, and no wonder they're absolutely ecstatic at the victory over Canada. What a week they've had. What a week we've had.
It has been fabulous. And honored to work with Allison Walker, for myself, Luke Coley, the entire crew. It's been a blast in Victoria. We'll see you again next year for another World Championship. So long.